So today I'm showing you a new feature in Cloud, and honestly it changes the way you work with Claude Code. The feature is called Agent View. Basically, it's a new feature that allows Cloud to show us all the sessions and all the projects that are currently in progress. Because the issue or the problem we have with Claude Code is that when we launch several projects, we can't actually see the progress status of all those projects automatically. That means I would have to check them one by one. And now this interface that you're seeing simply shows me the projects that are in progress and those that are finished. And I can quickly enter that project simply to answer a question or adjust the prompt. And today, actually, I'm going to show you all the steps of this function, how to set it up, how to install it, and we'll test it together. Here's a quick overview of my interface. So here I have a project that's in progress and I have others that are complete. I can see those that are stopped or if they're having issues, and even those that, well, actually require my intervention. And what's really interesting is that just with my mouse, I can click and simply approve and respond quickly. And that's what actually makes the system an extremely powerful one. And today, a developer or anyone actually working on a project with Cloud can get an overview of all these projects. And the new feature is that these projects are working on what we call a background. That means work is being done in the background. That means that even if I close all my terminals here and simply ask Cloud to give me the status of the projects, it won't lose the work. And that's what actually makes the system very, very powerful. And it's a system today that has truly changed the way we work. Look here, I'm simply going to ask it right here. Cloud, let's go ahead and put it in lowercase, Cloud Agent. And once you do that, you'll see that it will show me all of the different projects I've started in the past. And that's actually what makes the difference. So nothing will be lost when I'm developing. The whole system is actually a powerful system, and it's a system that will help me to program in parallel. That's what we call parallel programming. A developer today, or really anyone using Claude Code, can launch several projects at the same time and can control them. So I'm going to show you step by step. We're going to create several projects, we're going to monitor them, and above all, I'm going to show you the shortcuts and the functions that come with it. Because Cloud fortunately has given us some really great, very well detailed documentation. Of course, I have tested all of this documentation myself, and I will give you the basic functions that are important to understand and learn. And above all, we'll try to go through it together, little by little, step by step. So let's start with the setup. This is important for people who are just starting to learn Claude Code. So here, what you're seeing, all of this, is simply this tool, a free tool that you can download. It's a code editor called Visual Studio Code. You go to the website, download it, and you'll have this interface right away. The advantage is that it's an interface that allows me to manage my project well. It makes things easier. Normally, every developer should have this interface. And what's also very interesting is that here, in the extensions, I can install Claude Code for free. But be careful. A lot of people ask me, how can I get Claude Code to run quickly? And simply, so that my computer doesn't slow down, my computer doesn't start lagging, and I don't actually have Claude Code installed on my machine. So what's the idea? It's simply that I installed Claude Code on an external VPS on, well, a computer with 32 gigabytes of RAM. Anyway, how did I install it? I'll simply put the link to the video in the description of this video. I'll put it here as well. So here I'm showing you step by step how to install Claude Code on a VPS, and you won't have to feel your computer lagging, so it's going to be very optimal. You'll see that Claude Code will run in a very, very ultra fast way. So the system, I would have something like this somewhere. Here, I installed Visual Studio on my machine, on my computer, but Cloud is installed on a VPS, and that allows you to have a tool that is very powerful and above all, highly optimized. All right, let's get started. We're going to start right away by setting up the new command, which is Cloud Agent, and take a look at the result together. And here we go. So the first thing to do is to try to open a terminal here to start running our first command. So what I want first is actually to check the version, because if you don't have the very latest version, it won't work. So that's very important to check the version. There you go. I have version 2.1.143. So here I simply have the new function. Now you'll see that here, if I type, so we're going to run Cloud, and here I simply put agent, because the word agent means that I want to launch the agent system, which will allow me to run agents. Look here, it tells me that there are absolutely no agents at work and no tasks have been completed. And if I look down here, it asks me if I want to launch some tasks in the background so that it can work, in parallel. And here I've simply prepared a few nice tasks. I'm actually going to give it a few different missions to perform. For example, I'll ask it to create a brand new file. For example, right here, this is my very first primary account. I'm asking it to create a specific file for me. That's the first task I'm launching. As you can see here, it tells me that there is a task currently being processed. By the way, I can even see the number of seconds here. Since the launch of this task, I'm going to ask, for example, to prepare an analysis of a project code like here, and I want it to actually generate a few tasks for me. So now there you go, I launch the second print, and you'll see that here, when it turns yellow, it means it's waiting for me to send it some information. Because in order for it to move on to the next step, it actually needs some input from me. So here I'm first going to launch a few tasks. And then we'll switch over here and actually see how this agent will handle it. You see here, it's working on a new task and other tasks are running in parallel. But what's really interesting is that I have a dashboard here where I can see all my tasks. So there's no need to open each task or each agent in a separate terminal. So here I just come and launch another task. All right, let's send one more so the system can work on several missions at once. So for example, this one here to create a workflow. I think this one will take much more time. So here I have my tasks. I can see them running in parallel. No need to open multiple terminals. And that's what already makes this interface much simpler today. It's an interface that simply allows me to visualize my agents in real time. So now look, actually I can navigate between these different agents. So quite simply, when I bring my keyboard here, you can see that I can just move around. And what's really interesting, for example, if I'm on this one and I use the right arrow key, I can go inside this system to see exactly what it's asking me and get a sense of the system's progress. If I press the left arrow key on my keyboard, I go back, and there you go. There's also a much more interesting way. Instead of going in here to check the progress and choose responses, I can either reply directly here, or, of course, I can always go back and press the spacebar on my keyboard. So, you see, the spacebar simply gives me a very handy little shortcut right here to be able to respond much more quickly than before. And that's really interesting. It's like, we're going to go really, really fast. And here, actually, it's a system that's very, very interesting. So, as a result, it's actually waiting for a response from me. So I have a choice. I can even click here with my mouse. And there you go. I actually enter inside to see, in fact, what's inside. So if I scroll down here a little, I'll see there, it's waiting. That's what I want to shout. So now I'm going to tell it, okay, so you're going to do the work. And so I go back. So it's asking me more questions. So I tell it, yes. So there you go. I choose this. Look here, there's actually an arrow to go back to the agents. And that's very interesting to always have a view of the system. And here I see that it has finished this task. The other tasks are also pending. Of course, I can also send another task to the background here. So now, here I just sent it a slightly longer project. Again, there are spaces to request approval. Here I approve. So it is currently processing and thinking right now. As usual, I will go back. So with this tool, what is very interesting is that it is a comprehensive system that simply helps me to effectively visualize and manage all of these different agents. So what we see here, something that is also very interesting, it is something you should definitely know. Look here, I'm just going to simply close this. I can actually close it right now. All the terminals I have, which is very interesting, and that's a bit. The new thing is, if I relaunch it again, you'll see that I'll simply see the agents again. Why? Because they're working in the background, and that's what it's really doing here. That's the difference. And of course, especially if I'm also going to work in what's called my external VPS, the fact of working on an external VPS and not on my computer, even if I shut down my computer now, these processes will still keep running. Why? Because my system will actually launch these tasks in parallel. And they will work in the background, and above all, they will be on the external server. And that's actually what makes working or developing very fun and very comfortable. Especially since, as a developer, you often need to, for example, handle some tasks, some jobs, or work on several projects at once. For example, you ask one agent to check some code, another to create a page, and you yourself, you're still developing on another project. And the fact of launching everything in parallel, that's really the real challenge we have today. So, just a quick look at the official documentation. In fact, you'll see that here, thanks to this command, we have a single screen for all the sessions, so in the background. That's very important so we can run things. So each time we create an agent, it will work in the background and we can simply move on to something else and just let the system run. We're not required to keep it open here. So that's the chat over. So if I close this chat, this terminal, the task won't stop. And that's what we have with Claude, and that's a bit of the problem. So on top of that, as we said, if we have an external server where Claude is installed, then I can close everything. And this combination, with the new function of Claude Agent and combined with an external VPS. This really changes the way we do things, how we are going to modify. So there's also something very important. I'd really like to show you this page and what it covers. So here it is, it's mentioned here, and this is very, very important. First, it's a quick start. That means here I quickly assign the tasks to be performed in the background, and afterwards I can check them and intervene if necessary. So if I come back here to my documentation, take a look at it here. So here I have the tasks that are pending. Watch what I'm going to do now. I'm going to, for example, here on Cloud and in this folder, I'm simply going to start a new task in this new terminal. So the new command I'm going to run in this directory, look here, I'm going to type cloud bg to mean background, and then I'll put it in quotation marks. Actually, my prompt, so here I'm just going to simply copy and paste. Here, we see a project about CSV files. I'm asking it to do some analysis. It's just a project, that's all. So as long as it's in quotation marks here, I can run it in the background. And that's what's really interesting. And here in the documentation, by the way, there are examples related to this kind of case. We'll show it like this, where you simply put the prompt. And that's actually what's really, really interesting today, is that I can launch and close it. Actually, the session, that really changes things, because before you really had to keep the session open, it was the same thing. If you're working with Cloud on desktop, it's always the same problem. Okay, it's launched. So I start this task here. Look, the task has just been launched. It's as if it gives me control back here. So just to review this, I can simply launch Cloud Agent here. When I launch Cloud Agent, I'll find the new task that's already pending. And I can simply release it here. So I just click on space. And here actually I can simply see exactly what it needs, or I can just go inside. There you go. So this is the project. This is the CSV project that I plan to launch together. So it needs some permissions. I grant the permissions. I go back, and now here is our task. Actually, there you go. It's asking for permission. I grant my permission, and then I give the permissions again. Always, since it's going to launch a slightly longer project, actually, with several analyses. And there you have it. That's the project, actually. And now it's in working mode, so I think you've understood the concept. Now, there's also a very important piece of information that's actually not mentioned in the documentation. But still, I'd really like to show it to you. Sometimes I can launch it since I actually have the Cloud extension installed here. So thanks to this extension, I can actually launch the chat this way. So here, this is the interface. Now, if I want to launch a task in the background here, in this interface, it's simply by typing / and then I'll type bg. There you go. So that's the command, actually. So now, look, it's sending the session to the background. So as a result, if I'm working, not in the terminal, but with the Cloud extension, there are actually people who really like it. Working with this extension is possible, of course. I'll continue with the Cloud function. Agent, what else does it cover? It will also monitor sessions with View. Agent, that's important. I can see the color codes. I'll explain them to you right away with the icons. I can also launch new agents, which is very interesting. At any time, if I come back here to the project, I can quickly launch new sub-agents. And I can actually manage all the sessions in the shell. So that's very important. Here I'm in shell mode, so as a result, it's very interesting. I'm not required to only use the chat or the Claude Code extension. And also, this too is very, very important. I can even understand and set how background sessions will be hosted. This too, actually, I can even work with the modes. So In the documentation, it even shows that I can change the modes. Of course, I can also launch on specific folders. So anywhere in my system, I can choose the folder I'm interested in. And then for that folder, I can request that the system, using the BG function, tell my system that I want the project to be sent to a specific project, quite simply. As we said, we'll set cloud and then we'll simply set BG, and here we'll need to pay attention. You need to put both quotation marks here, otherwise it won't work. That's very, very important. So there you go, specify your folder and your selection. Now, to finish everything up for today, it is very important for you to understand what we call color codes. So if I scroll down a little bit further here, there you go. You can see that it is pinned right there. So here, I can see that the system has highlighted a project. Generally, these are the projects that are finished. There are those that are ready to be reviewed for an examination. There are those that require intervention. That's what we saw. Usually they're in yellow. And we have those that are in progress and those that are completed. There are others, but these are the ones that are the most well known. And the system assigns statuses to the projects. So the session status is either in progress or requires intervention. We said that's in yellow. You can also see those that are inactive and those that are completed. Of course, those are in green. And those that fail, I can see them in red. And those that are stopped are shown in gray. So that's very important. And even the shape actually changes. The shape, if I see a star or if the star is animated, actually moving, that means the session process is active and responding immediately. If there's a dot here, that means the process has exited. That means you can always get an overview, respond, or simply ask Claude to restart from there or just stop altogether. And this logo here represents a session loop. So it actually sleeps between iterations since we're asking it to perform iterations. And this is a line that displays, there you go, the number of iterations or the countdown until it finishes. So I think that's it. We've covered the essentials. In fact, with this function, which is a very, very important function, it has really made the work much easier today. To finish, for example, here, if I go back, for instance, here, I can tell it, for example, here, I'm actually activating a task. So if, for example, this task no longer interests me, look, for example, this one, I'm no longer interested in it. Well, I can press Ctrl+X twice and it will simply delete it. Look, Ctrl+X, if I do it a second time, if I do it just once, it will stop it. And twice, look, if I come back here, for example, I take one of the tasks, for example, this one. If I press Ctrl+X twice, it will automatically delete it. So as a result, it will stop the terminal. So don't forget that here. In fact, we can use /goal. So this is actually a function where I can simply enter a prompt, like here. For example, so it can develop a web page, do some timing, or for a specific interface. And here, when I actually launch goal, it simply will call this the ultimate prompt. So as a result, the system here will prioritize it and won't let go until the task is completed. So here I enter a quick response to this system so it can simply get started. And so the goal is also, in a way, a prompt that will allow me to go to actually create something much more advanced that will simply allow me, in fact, to tell my agent, don't stop until you finish this task, and it's a top priority mission. So here I always give it the necessary permissions so it can function properly. And I remind you, actually, the /goal is a feature that is very powerful. And here, this is what we call autonomous loop mode. So what is it? Autonomous loop, when I set the mission, quite simply, Claude Code enters what we call a compilation condition. What does that mean? It means that on each cycle, a small fast model, for example, Cloud Sonnet, will check whether the condition has been properly fulfilled or not. Otherwise, Cloud will automatically start another cycle without you needing to prompt it. It's as if it has a goal and it will shut itself down if the goal has been achieved. If not, if the goal hasn't been reached, it will try to check on its own in a loop. In some cases, this system is obviously very interesting. And finally, to check at each step, every time a task is completed, it sends you a summary, and that's also a new feature of Claude Code. It gives you a recap of the tasks. And if I come back here just a moment, I'll find it. There you go. So the task has been completed. And that's what's really interesting.